Hey everyone, it's JD, and today we're diving deep into the often misunderstood world of obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. The truth is, OCD can manifest in some pretty extreme forms that you might not expect. So, in this video, we're going to explore 10 of these extreme types of OCD. Buckle up, because some of these might surprise you. Imagine this. You're constantly afraid of germs everywhere you go. You wash your hands until they're raw and cracked, but it still doesn't feel like enough. This is the reality for people with contamination OCD. The anxiety can be so intense that it leads to extreme cleaning rituals, sometimes taking hours out of their day. It's like their brain is stuck in overdrive, sending constant alarm bells about potential threats. This can make everyday life incredibly challenging, leading to social isolation and problems at work or school. Let's talk about a truly terrifying form of OCD, harm OCD. This type involves intrusive, unwanted thoughts of causing harm to yourself or others. Imagine being plagued by images of hurting a loved one. People with harm OCD often avoid situations that might trigger these thoughts. They might engage in mental rituals to neutralize these distressing images. The guilt and shame can be incredibly isolating. It's crucial to understand that having these thoughts does not make someone a bad person. With proper treatment and support, they can manage these thoughts and live a fulfilling life. Have you ever rearranged objects just to make them look right? For someone with symmetry OCD, this need for order goes far beyond a simple preference. It's an overwhelming compulsion to have everything perfectly aligned. Imagine spending hours arranging books, feeling intense anxiety if one is out of line. These compulsions can be time-consuming and exhausting. The need for symmetry can be incredibly distressing. It's crucial to approach this condition with empathy and understanding. We all double-check things sometimes, right? But for someone with checking OCD, this need for certainty becomes an all-consuming obsession. They might repeatedly check locks, appliances, or even their own bodies, driven by an overwhelming fear that something terrible will happen if they don't. Imagine checking the stove 20 times before leaving the house, each time feeling a momentary relief followed by a surge of doubt that creeps back in. This constant cycle of checking and reassurance seeking can be utterly exhausting. Individuals with checking OCD often experience significant distress and impairment in their daily lives. Seeking professional help is crucial for learning how to manage these compulsions and break free from the grip of checking OCD. Hoarding disorder, often linked to OCD, involves extreme difficulty discarding possessions, regardless of their actual value. Imagine living in a home filled with possessions, many of which you haven't used in years, but the thought of parting with them fills you with overwhelming anxiety. They might experience intense emotional attachments to their belongings, even if those items are broken, useless, or even hazardous to their health. The clutter associated with hoarding OCD can create unsafe living conditions, strain relationships, and lead to social isolation. Individuals may avoid having guests over due to shame and embarrassment, further isolating themselves from support systems. It's crucial to approach this condition with compassion and understanding, recognizing that it requires specialized treatment and support to help individuals regain control over their lives. Imagine your mind being bombarded with unwanted, intrusive thoughts that are often disturbing, violent, or even sexually suggestive. These thoughts are ego-dystonic, meaning they go against the person's values and beliefs, causing significant distress and shame. Individuals with this type of OCD often go to great lengths to suppress or neutralize these thoughts, engaging in mental rituals, avoidance behaviors, or seeking constant reassurance. They might avoid certain situations, people, or even their own thoughts, fearing that these intrusive thoughts reflect who they truly are. This can lead to significant impairment in daily functioning, affecting relationships, work, and overall quality of life. It's crucial to remember that having these thoughts does not mean someone is a bad person. With proper treatment and support, individuals can learn to manage these intrusive thoughts and live fulfilling lives. We all count sometimes, but for someone with counting OCD, numbers become an obsession. They might count their steps, the words they speak, or even the tiles on the floor, driven by an overwhelming need to reach a specific number or pattern. Imagine feeling compelled to touch a door handle exactly 7 times before entering a room, or having to take an even number of steps on each sidewalk square. These rituals can be time-consuming and incredibly disruptive to daily life. Individuals with counting OCD often experience significant distress and shame, aware that their compulsions are irrational but feeling powerless to stop them. With proper treatment and support, individuals can learn to manage their compulsions and regain control over their lives. Religion and spirituality can provide comfort and guidance, but for someone with religious OCD, also known as scrupulosity, these beliefs become a source of intense anxiety and guilt. Imagine being plagued by constant doubts about your faith, fearing eternal damnation for the slightest perceived transgression. Individuals with religious OCD might engage in excessive prayer, confession, or rituals to seek reassurance and alleviate their anxiety. This constant need for reassurance can be incredibly isolating, as they may feel misunderstood or judged by their religious communities. With the right support, individuals can learn to reconcile their faith with their OCD, finding peace and balance in their beliefs. Imagine being bombarded by intrusive thoughts and doubts about your sexual orientation, even though deep down you feel certain about who you're attracted to. These intrusive thoughts can be incredibly confusing and anxiety-provoking, leading individuals to question their true feelings and desires. Individuals with SOOCD, also referred to as HOCD, might engage in compulsive behaviors to try and alleviate their anxiety, such as mentally reviewing past experiences, seeking reassurance from others, or avoiding situations that trigger their intrusive thoughts. This can lead to significant distress, relationship problems, and difficulty living an authentic life. It's crucial to approach HOCD with empathy and understanding, recognizing that it requires specialized treatment to help individuals navigate their anxiety and embrace their true selves. Relationships require trust, communication, and a certain level of uncertainty. But for someone with relationship OCD, doubts and anxieties can become all-consuming. Imagine constantly questioning your love for your partner, analyzing every interaction for signs of incompatibility, or seeking constant reassurance. They might experience intrusive thoughts about their partner's flaws, worry about infidelity without evidence, or fear the relationship is doomed. These doubts can lead to compulsive behaviors, constant analysis of their feelings, or attempts to control their partner. Relationship OCD can strain relationships, leading to conflict and emotional exhaustion. With proper treatment, individuals can manage their anxiety and experience the joys of love without doubts. So we've covered 10 extreme types of OCD, and as you can see, this condition can manifest in countless ways. If you or someone you know is struggling with OCD, please remember that you're not alone. Seeking professional help from a therapist specializing in OCD is crucial for diagnosis, treatment, and long-term recovery. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more informative content, and share it with someone who might benefit from learning more about OCD. Let's break the stigma surrounding mental health, one video at a time.